Hi there, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT. Welcome to our Facebook Live. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're watching the replay, if you're seeing this part of the video, you probably are, so please say hello. Just type in replay, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. I love to know that you stopped by. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll see when I upload videos. Welcome. I see some people are jumping on now. Good morning. Hi, Joanne. I think maybe that was Mary. Good morning, y'all. Well, we are bracing for some winter weather here in Texas, and I know several of you, yes, that's Mary. Good morning. Several of you who live in other states nearby are as well. Hi, Judy. So today I want to get a lot done so that we can kind of hunker down and stay warm tomorrow. So definitely stay safe, you guys. Stay indoors, stay warm. If you don't have to be out on the roads, don't do it. Good morning. We want to get through this cold weather. We Southerners, we are not accustomed to this, but it's exciting. I love the snow. Not so much the ice and sleet that they're promising us, but the snow is just so pretty. So I'm looking forward to that. I always like to take pictures and then, scrapbook those snow days because they are few and far between for us. But looking forward to a little bit of cooler weather. It's only going to last a couple days. And then I think we'll be back up into the 40s or 50s. So, but getting prepared. I know they're already thinking about closing schools because of so many bus students that ride the bus. And then I'm not sure, they're making preparations like for the vaccines at the health department where I work. So lots to prepare for. I think we're pretty good here at the house. But Oliver and I have a lot to do today. So be sure and stay safe, you guys. And let me know how y'all are doing today. We are going to be doing a little crafting, a little chatting, stamping, chatting, stamping some more. I think that's what I put for the video description. I am really excited to show you a stamp set today that I was really drawn to in the mini catalog. And I love our suites of products and everything that coordinates. It makes it so easy for you just to go ahead and use the products that Stampin' Up! Has put together for us. We know everything goes together. Makes it super simple. And I love that about Stampin' Up! That we have that coordination. But then I also like to pull out some of those standalone stamp sets and those things that are just so easy to overlook. And this is a stamp set that I think fits that, that qualifies for that category. This is a beautiful floral stamp set called Flowing Flowers. Now, you may be saying, Carrie, I already have so many floral sets, and I do too. But this one just really stood out to me. I love the stamps that have the shading built into them because I know from past experience that these are just so simple to ink up and stamp, and they make a beautiful card. It doesn't have to be fancy. All the work has already been done by the designers, and these stamps always just make stunning cards. So I have a presentation that I'm doing for, I think it's about 100 demonstrators this weekend, and this is the stamp set that I chose to feature just for that reason, because sometimes it's easy to overlook these. And I'll show you just a little sneak peek. This is one of the projects that I'll be sharing with them. It's just one of our basic white note cards. These come in a package of 20. They're already scored for you. They come with the coordinating envelopes. This size you can pop in the mail. I think this is about the smallest that you're allowed to mail through the USPS, but I just stamped my own background, used a little bit of designer series paper, and look how quick and easy it is to make a pretty card. And then of course I stamped the floral image on the envelope flap as well. You guys have been a good influence on me. I've been decorating more on the inside, more on my envelopes. So I just thought this turned out really cute. So this is one of the cards I'm going to be sharing. And we're going to create with this set today. And so this is a card that I created to just show off how pretty those stamps are. I'm going to bring it closer. I did use a tiny bit of Wink of Stella, and this is actually a color combo of basic gray and real red. So this is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I wanted to use this piece of Designer Series paper that looks kind of like the wood grain, and I just went with it. I had already pulled out the real red, so you'll have to let me know what you think of this color combo. And then I did some stamping on the inside, and again, I think it just looks so pretty and so elegant. And this is just a sweet thank you card. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the other products that we're using today. I grabbed my Stitch So Sweetly dies. This is a real workhorse in my craft room. I love these dies. I like the labels, but I really, really use these. They layer so well together, and that's what we're going to be doing with them for this card. But I just love them. They are just such a workhorse. They're so versatile. So if you don't have those, and I know a lot of you do, and you're looking for a really good die set that you'll get a lot of value out of, that is one that I would recommend. Now this is the Heart and Home Designer Series paper. Not sure that I've shown you this before. It's really pretty, but you'll notice that on the B side you have all of these wood grains. So this is awesome because you can make both masculine and feminine cards with one pack of paper. I think this is just a genius idea. And they coordinate well together, so you could use both sides of the paper. But isn't that pretty? So that's what inspired me kind of to make this card, was one of those wood grains. And then let me pull out, oops, got my paper flying around. So this is our grid paper, the small grid paper that's actually meant for the Stamparatus, but I love using this on my table just to have a small piece to help protect my work surface. Let's grab some supplies. I'm going to go ahead with that basic gray card base again. You know, when you cut a piece of cardstock in half, you get 2 card bases. So a lot of times I just go ahead and make a second card. And then I've got that piece of Designer Series paper that we're going to layer here. We'll move that out of the way a little bit. This time I decided to pull out Bumblebee. I've got that beautiful Bumblebee ribbon that's been in the catalog for a couple years now. I absolutely love it. I can't even count how many bolts of this ribbon I've used. Wanted to pull that out. And Bumblebee is one of the in colors that we know will be retiring toward the end of April. So every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with 5 new colors just to help freshen up our color combos. And so we know that there are some that will be retiring. So Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness. So I like to remind you of that now, because once Stampin' Up! Releases the retirement list, those are the first thing that fly out of the store. So if you love those colors and you need to stock up on some cardstock, ribbon, or embellishments, now would be the time. Plus, it's celebration, so you could, and when you place a $50 order, you can also get a free gift with purchase. Let's do our stamping. Let me bring in some ink. I've got Bumblebee, and I've also got basic gray. And on this Stitch So Sweetly die, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my thank you. And this time, I think I'm going to move it over to the other side, just for, you know, just for fun. Just to be a little bit different. Isn't that a pretty font? And let me get that out of the way so that I don't make a mess. And then let's bring in our Bumblebee. And this is kind of the medium floral image. It's really, really pretty. We'll ink it up. Now this one actually has some leaves that are attached. It's got the little splatters and also some leaves. I don't really need the leaves, but I definitely want the floral image. So I'm just using that grid paper to protect my work surface because I'm going off the end of this die cut and just getting a little bit of the floral image around. And I'll bring that closer so you can see how gorgeous is that. So simple. Now let's stamp on our inside panel as well. I think this time I'm going to kind of come up the side of this paper. Just turning the stamp a little bit as I go and making sure that I've got a really pretty border down the side of that paper. So now we're just ready to put our card together. Can y'all believe how quick and easy this is? Let me grab my liquid glue and we'll adhere this designer series paper first thing. That B side is pretty, or I guess that's the A side. Really pretty pattern, but I love this wood grain. Kind of looks like a pretty floor. Okay, then we're going to layer up this piece onto this piece of Bumblebee that's cut with those Stitch So Sweetly dies. They just nestle inside of each other. You've got the stitching on both of those dies, which just adds a little bit more interest. Now on my first card, I just glued that directly down. You could certainly pop it up if you want to, but we're keeping this super simple today. Just want to show you why I love stamp sets like this, because I feel like they just make stamping so easy. That is just really pretty. I think I really like it in the Bumblebee as well with the gray. You'll have to let me know what you think. Sometimes I like to challenge myself. I get so drawn to certain colors and, you know, I can kind of get in a rut. So I like to challenge myself. Okay. Now while that dries for just a second, let's grab our Wink of Stella. You know, this brush has some, it's like a glitter pen. So I'm just going to come into the center of the flowers, and you may not be able to see that on camera, but believe me, it just adds a little bit of shine and shimmer. And there's Mr. Oliver back in here. So just a little shine and shimmer. And then if I can find them, I've got some embellishments, and these are called, let me look to make sure because they're new to us, the Classic Matte Dots, and they come in white, gray, and black. So let's go ahead and I'll make a little bow right quick and decide where it's going to go. This super cute Bumblebee ribbon. Love it so much. I'm gonna miss Bumblebee. It's a really pretty yellow that I've enjoyed using. It always makes me a little bit sad when colors retire, and I know we've got a little while yet to use them, but I want to give you guys a heads up and give you an opportunity to get them while you can. Sometimes you live and learn, and I've learned over the years some of the things that really fly out of the store, and I want to make sure that you get what you want. I'm going to trim those tails a little bit more to make that a little bit smaller. And I think that this time I'm actually going to come in down here with my bow. I don't know, maybe up there. We'll see. And I'm just going to grab my glue dots and we'll put our bow on with the glue dot. It's a little bit chilly in my room, My fingers don't really want to work. We're going to go right there with our bow this time. Mix it up a little bit, right? And then I'll grab my take your pick tool. And we'll get one of these gray, the larger ones. I think I'll come down here with it. These are cute little dots. And I do have a package to be our giveaway for today. We'll do a drawing for, well, come on now. It's sticking to my finger and not to the take your pick tool, but that way I can still put it where I want it. We'll get one more small one. I don't know why they're being difficult. I think because my fingers are cold. Okay, let's come up here, right about here with this one, where I've got a little bit of a spot where I don't have any stamping. Okay, so that is our first card that we're going to make today. I think that's really pretty and sweet. I love the way that turned out. Let me know which one you prefer, the real red or the bumblebee. That's a tough choice for me. These are both color combinations that I wouldn't usually use, but I like them. Okay, we're gonna make another one. So let me grab, I'm running out of room, y'all. Let me grab some supplies for another card. I'll go ahead and show you this one. We are using a different designer series paper from the mini catalog, and I'll let you guess if you can tell me which designer series paper this is, because it may surprise you a little bit. But again, some stamping. I went a little bit crazy on the inside with this one, but it's light, so I think I could even write over the floral images, but I thought this one turned out really pretty with Highland Heather. Okay, so this is the designer series paper that we're using for this card, and it's Sweet Talk. So you know you have all the hearts, but you've also got that cute Highland Heather stripe, and then this one that has the words. So this is a fun one we're going to use. Just remind you of how cute this paper is. And I think you could even use that beyond Valentine's Day if you wanted to make just a kind of I care about you, thinking of you card, if you wanted to make an anniversary or wedding card. But we're going to use a Highland Heather card base for this card, and we're just going to recreate this one. So I've got another piece of that striped designer series paper. It's just so cute. An inside panel. And then I've got another stitched so sweetly. And this time I'm not matting it at all. So let's do our stamping again. See if I can find my grid paper. Protect my work surface. And I'll bring in a couple of different stamps and a Highland Heather ink pad. So this is the large floral image, and it is absolutely stunning. And I'm just going to make my own background on this die cut by stamping this across. Just turning it a bit so that I get a different section. We'll come in and fill in. Oop, I didn't do a very good job. We'll stamp a little bit more there to fill in those sections. So I just want that to be a pretty stamped background. So lovely. And now let's bring in our inside panel. And again, I want this beautiful floral image. I think I'll put this one in this corner. And then let's bring the small floral image. I'm just going to kind of come around each side of this larger one. Or maybe just that. Stop while I'm ahead, right? A little peek at the top. I'm really getting into stamping on the inside, y'all. Okay, then I've got just a little scrap of white that I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I grabbed a black ink pad, just my memento for that. And this stamp, says, "Time for a happy dance." Isn't that a cute little sentiment? The other one says, "I'm sending a card instead of a text." I thought those were cute little sentiments. And I love the font for this set. So again, I think we're done with our stamping. I'm going to bring in a small piece of designer series paper. And then also my postage stamp punch. And I'm just going to punch a piece of this Highland Heather designer series paper for the background. Not much of it shows, but it still gives a little bit more texture and interest for my sentiment to go across. And let's get this card put together right quick. I hope you get some time to craft. Cold weather is a great time to be in our craft room, isn't it? Although I'll probably be sitting by the fireplace some too. Let's see, where did I put my bone folder? Because this is not cooperating like I want it to. Now we'll put this beautiful stripe. I love that there's several designer series paper that has stripes. They're a lot of fun to work with. And this almost looks like a water painter made those stripes with the Highland Heather. And now let's again just adhere this down. Make our little background focal image. And I put it on a little bit askew. I just thought that added a little bit more interest. If you wanted it straight, you could certainly do that. And then I just took my sentiment and adhered it to that punch that I used. And again, went a little bit askew, trying to keep it fun and whimsical. And I'll let that dry for just a second. And find my embellishments while that dries. And my dimensionals, because we will go ahead and pop up this sentiment this time. I love dimensionals and just what it adds to your projects. Y'all know that was one of the reasons that I joined Stampin' Up! Was because I wanted a discount on grid paper and dimensionals. Oh, there we go. Had that upside down. And I think I'll just come up here and see there's a little bit of a gap right there in my stamping. So this one is going to look a little bit different than the other one, and I'm fine with that. And then because I used the black ink for the sentiment, I'm going to use the black dots to just bring a little bit of contrast here between the purple. I love these. They're just so cute. Now, where I'm going to put this other one, I don't know. If I can get it picked up. Oh, you guys. There we go. Let's see. I may even come right up here. Okay, so that is card number 2 for us today. I hope you guys like these projects, and I hope that you love this stamp set as much as I do. It's just so pretty. So there are our creations for today. Had a lot of fun designing these, and I just love this set. It's just so pretty, and you can see how quickly you can make some really pretty cards to send out to brighten someone's day. Okay, let me show you some happy mail, because speaking of cards that brighten people's days, Dale received some happy mail this past week. He'd been sick, and so he got this lovely card from our friend Mary, and it is just so pretty. Lots of layers of designer series paper, a couple pretty embellishments, and just a really sweet note on the inside. So thank you, Mary. Dale loved getting happy mail, and this is a really pretty one. He has told me that I can display it in my room, so I appreciate that too. Now, I do have a giveaway from last week, and this is the faux sea glass embellishment, and these are going out to my amazing friend Judy Pierce. So thank you, Judy, for your comment, and thank you everyone that commented last week. I had lots and lots of comments, which I love that. I love getting your feedback and hearing from you. So the way that we do our giveaway each week is just leave a comment. You can also hit that heart button. I love to see those hearts go flying by, but that's all you have to do to be entered for a chance to win. And I will draw next week for a winner of the classic matte embellishments. So the ones that I used today, they're really, really cute. Okay, let's also take a look at something that I'm really, really excited about. There is an out of publication collection of products called All Together, and demonstrators were able to pre-order it last month. You've heard me talk about it a little bit. So there's actually stamps, dies, designer series paper, and Stampin' blends that come in the natural tone colors. So this is a really pretty collection of products, and just wanted to remind you that it is available to customers now. So you've got a really nice stamp set. It's got like the pinky promise and the little heart hands, which the dies do cut out. They also say here for you and you matter. Then the paper is a black and white 6x6 paper stack. Really, really cool designs. I'm going to show you a couple samples. And then those Stampin' blends, there's 10 natural tone Stampin' blends. And with just one item code, you can get them all at once. They do come in a 2-pack, but you can pick up all of those Stampin' blends with just one item code. So this is awesome. We are going to be using these products in stamp class this month. So I do have that posted on Facebook for stamp class, and then I'm going to be sending an email out with more information about events for this month, and I'm just running just a tiny bit behind. Let me get these cards organized here. So I just wanted to share a couple samples from the swap that I participated in. I thought this was really, really cute. This was made by a fellow demonstrator. We like to do these card swaps where we share ideas, and I thought this was just a great idea. So it's a super cute card for a golfer. I would have never thought to do that. And then here is a beautiful card. I love this pinky promise. I love that this suite helps celebrate our diversity. I think that's just amazing. There's some really nice sentiments in this suite, in this stamp set as well. So isn't that nice? You can see a couple of those designer series papers. And then here you have, this was actually created by a friend of mine named Candy, who also lives in Texas, but isn't that a really, really pretty card? So this is the suite of products that we're going to be using for stamp class. Stamp class is on the 19th of February in my CT's Craft and Connect group. If you would like to get a kit to create the projects that we'll be making in stamp class, all you have to do is place a minimum order, or it's $20, or you get it free, the kit free with a minimum purchase. Just let me know if that's what you would like to do. And then I also want to remind you that I'm doing a video called our Friday Finding Inspiration video, and I'm posting it to YouTube first and then sharing it to Facebook, just trying something a little bit different with algorithms. And so be sure to check those out on Fridays. I'm trying to post them about 7:30 in the morning. We are finding inspiration in different ways to help us with our creativity and crafting. And so last month, January, we focused on casing projects from the celebration brochure. this month, February, I'm going to be getting my inspiration from social media, but I think it's kind of a little bit outside the box. So be sure and catch the video Friday because I'm really excited about it. It has something to do with this weather forecast. I'll give you that little hint. Okay, let me know if you need any of the products that I shared with you today. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I will see you guys again next Wednesday for a little bit more time to craft and connect. Thank you.